Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats and silence your phones. The program will begin in 5 minutes. Please take your seats. The program will begin soon. Please welcome to the stage Meridian Chamber of Commerce President and CEO, Sean Evans.
Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I know some of you are still coming in, getting your seats, and please take the time while I'm speaking to do that so we don't interrupt the mayor. On behalf of the Meridian Chamber of Commerce, it's my pleasure to welcome everyone to the 2025 State of the City Address. This annual event is a very powerful reminder of the strength of our community and the shared vision that continues to move Meridian forward. We're proud to partner with the City of Meridian to present this event, which brings together business leaders, public officials, and engaged citizens who care deeply about the future of our city. It's an opportunity to reflect on the progress we've made, celebrate what makes Meridian special, and hear directly from Mayor Simison about the vision that will guide us into the coming year. As the voice of the Meridian business community, the Chamber of Commerce is dedicated to fostering a vibrant economy, advocating for our members, and connecting leaders across all sectors. Our mission is to create a thriving business environment, because when our businesses succeed, our entire community benefits. We believe in the power of partnership, and this event is a great example of that. I'd like to take a moment to sincerely thank our presenting sponsor, ICCU, for their continued investment in Meridian in this important event. Your leadership and generosity help make today possible, so thank you. We're grateful for all of our sponsors. Our Tier 1 sponsors this year include First Interstate Bank, Idaho State University, City Cards, Blue Cross of Idaho, Idaho Power, Brighton Corp, CSHQA, and United Heritage. Thank you all for your support. Our Tier 2 supporting sponsors this year include Investment Resources of America, the Idaho Food Bank, CapEd Credit Union, ICOM, Zions Bank, ESI Construction, Frontier Credit Union, Adler Industrial, CBH Homes, Hummel Architects, Cottonwood Creek Behavioral Hospital, All American Insurance, St. Luke's Medical Center, the Galaxy Event Center, and Westmark Credit Union. Thank you for your continued support. As you may have noticed, our stage looks a little different this year. We'd like to take a moment to express our sincere gratitude for those that helped make today possible. A special thank you to our technology sponsor, Republic Services, for your generous support, and to our production partners, IBL Events and Valiant Productions, for their incredible work behind the scenes to bring this event to life. For the 6th year, we have made the State of the City available for every citizen by live streaming this event on the city and the Chamber's websites and social media platforms, as well as making it available to our local media outlets. We truly appreciate our partnerships and dedication to our community. Thank you, Republic Services and our production partners. And our reception sponsor, who you'll hear from later in the program today, is Meta. So thank you very much, Meta. Once again, thank you to all of our sponsors. Your commitment to Meridian reflects the collaborative spirit that drives this community. Your generous support continues to make this program available to the public and provides scholarships as part of this event. So thank you very much. Joining us today is also your local city council members. Council President Luke Kavanagh, Councilman John Overton, Councilman Doug Taylor, Councilwoman Ann Little Roberts, Councilwoman Liz Strader, and Councilman Brian Whitlock. Thank you for your service. We're also joined by heads of the different departments, various departments in the City of Meridian. If you are a department head working for the City of Meridian, would you please stand and be recognized? Thank you for all the great work you do in serving our community. We'd also like to recognize all of our state elected officials and our community county elected officials. If you are an elected official that represents Meridian in any part, whether ACHD, our library districts, our legislators, would you please stand? I tried to catch most of you when you came in, but thank you. I would like to now ask everyone to please stand as we have the posting of the colors by the Meridian Honor Guard and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance led by Helen Dito and the singing of the national anthem by the Taylor family, and then a brief invocation led by Keith Harrington with Rock Harbor Church.
Left, face. Reset, color.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Order, color. Prepare to post. Post. Right, face. Forward, march.
Let's bow in prayer. Lord, I thank you so much for coming together as a city, placing you first and foremost. And we just ask your blessing over our great city. We come to you seeking your wisdom. We believe that your way is higher than our way, and that's told over and over in your word. So we just ask for your guidance. Please show your way. We come as responsible citizens, leaders, community members. We are faced with the challenge to truly love and lead in our community, and we're in the people business. So Lord, give us guidance as we do our best to lead businesses, churches, schools, neighborhoods, mentoring, volunteering as individuals, as families, and I just pray for the mission you have for us as a city. I'm thankful for the incredible leadership that's been given to our community. We just praise you, in particular for our mayor. We're grateful for Mayor Simison and for the way that he serves in our community. We pray for each member of his family and just ask your blessing over them. Thank you for the civil servants that are all throughout this room and serving in our community and on calls right now and on call right now. First responders and those elected officials, city council members. God, it takes a lot of courage and ability to serve. And so we recognize those positions. God, I pray for this 2025. We want to steward it well. We want to lead it well. You've entrusted us with the greatest state and the greatest city in the nation. We want to thank you for Idaho and thank you for Meridian. Just bless our time as we get to hear vision. We get to celebrate progress and never forget just the grace that you have poured upon us. We want to honor you today. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen.
You may be seated. Keith, thank you for those beautiful words. It's now my pleasure to introduce the 2024-2025 Chairman of the Board for the Meridian Chamber of Commerce, Margaret Espinola, to introduce our presenting sponsor. Margaret.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be with you today on behalf of the Meridian Chamber of Commerce and our Board of Directors. The State of the City is a special tradition in our community, a chance for us to come together to celebrate our progress and look ahead to the opportunities that lie before us. As the Chamber, we're proud to support events like this that bring our public and private sectors together to share in the vision of Meridian's future. Our city continues to thrive because of strong relationships we've built between businesses, community organizations, and local government. This event wouldn't be possible without the support of our sponsor, and we're especially grateful for this afternoon's presenting sponsor, ICCU. ICCU is more than a financial institution. They're an active and engaged and community partner committed to helping Meridian grow and prosper. At this time, I'm honored to introduce someone who represents that commitment, Rob McMinn, Commercial Relationship Sales Manager for ICCU and one of my fellow board members. Please join me in welcoming Rob to the stage.
This wasn't the walk-up song that I was envisioning for when I come up on the stand, but it'll have to do. It's my pleasure to be here with you today representing ICCU as the presenting sponsor for this year's State of the City Address. Again, my name's Rob McMinn, and I've been a commercial loan officer with ICCU for the past 6 years, and have lived here in the Treasure Valley for the last 4 years. I currently have the privilege of serving on the Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors and was a Leadership Meridian graduate in 2022. I really do enjoy working here in the city of Meridian, so I'm excited to share with you today a little about how ICCU is continuing to grow and support in the communities that we serve, and to introduce our keynote speaker. So ICCU actually got its start here in the Treasure Valley 85 years ago. What began as a small credit union with a vision of community and service has grown into something pretty incredible. Through all the growth, one thing has stayed the same: our mission to help our members achieve financial success. For us, that mission isn't just about banking. It's about supporting our neighbors and helping build stronger communities together. Many of us love calling the Treasure Valley home. It's one of the fastest growing areas in the country, and it's easy to see why. Families are putting down roots, businesses are thriving, and there's a sense of positive momentum. ICCU has 366 team members that work here in the city of Meridian and has 682 team members and a total of 30 branches throughout the Treasure Valley. So more than half of our Treasure Valley team members work here in the city of Meridian. On a daily basis, we have an opportunity to work with all kinds of local businesses, whether it's through lending, financial education, or just showing up to volunteer. We're here to be a supportive partner. One of our favorite things to hear is, man, the green team is everywhere. You've probably seen us at school events, youth sports, parades, or local fundraisers. That's because community involvement isn't just a slogan, it's part of who we are. We're proud to be part of the Meridian Chamber of Commerce and to work alongside city leaders, small business owners, and nonprofits who are making a difference every day. We've helped hundreds of Meridian area businesses with the funding and guidance they've needed to grow. As Meridian continues to grow, so does our commitment to this community, whether it's helping new businesses get off the ground, supporting established ones as they expand, or just simply showing up at local events. ICCU is committed to being a steady presence in this community where we work and live. Many of us at ICCU are proud to call Meridian home, and even more proud to support the people and businesses that make the city of Meridian such a special place. So as we gather today to reflect on the progress, challenges, and bright future of our city, it's important to recognize the many pillars that support Meridian's success, including our business community, which continues to drive innovation, opportunity, and growth across the city. At the helm of that collective effort is a leader who understands the importance of partnership, strategic vision, and creating an environment where businesses and families can thrive. Mayor Robert Simison has consistently demonstrated a deep commitment to fostering a city where entrepreneurship is supported, neighborhoods are safe, and every resident has the opportunity to succeed. As a native of Pocatello, Mayor Simison's journey from Whitman College to Washington, D.C., and ultimately to the city of Meridian reflects a life of service and purpose. Since stepping into the City Hall in 2007, and especially since being elected mayor in 2019, he has worked tirelessly to guide Meridian with steady, forward-thinking leadership. Whether it's expanding parks, strengthening public safety, improving transportation, or supporting local businesses, Mayor Simison's focus has remained clear: building a Meridian that is a premier place to live, work, and raise a family. So please join me in welcoming the mayor of the city of Meridian, the Honorable Robert Simison.
See if I'm on. Thank you, Rob, and for that kind introduction, and for ICCU serving as the title sponsor today. To Sean, the board, and the chamber team, I appreciate and value your work for our local businesses, the community, and putting on today's event. To our business leaders, city council, fellow elected, current and former officials, city employees, and the community, thank you for being a part of what makes Meridian special. And finally, to my family, thank you for all you do to keep me grounded and allowing me to serve. And I want to do a special welcome to my sister and brother-in-law who are visiting for the first time to the city. So thank you all for being here. Each April, I spend time walking with the students from the Meridian elementary schools. This is a great way to encourage healthy activity and have some pretty frank conversations with some of our future leaders. Over the years, I've come to expect the usual questions. Do you know the president? How much money do you make? Do you have a chauffeur? Do you live in the White House? And for those that know him, is Jake your bodyguard? Now, I'm able to respond to these questions with cat-like precision because this isn't my first time walking around these school tracks. But this year, I started getting a new question that really hadn't been asked on a regular basis. Do I like being mayor? Even with the challenges, of course, the answer is yes. But as anyone knows, when you're talking with intelligent West Eddy kids, yes or no questions are never enough. It's always followed by the all-encompassing question of why. So, in order to keep up my verb and ninja skills, I knew I needed to get to a place where we could both understand my why. So I began sharing that, yes, I like being mayor because it is a challenge, but I also get to do cool stuff like walking with them. Now, we all have challenges in our jobs, and I love taking them on almost as much as my favorite TV character. If you know Barney Stinson, his signature line is challenge accepted. Now, that phrase is as long as any joke at our home, right, Jenny? But it really sums up this job I love. Just like Barney, I've never been one to shy away from the hard stuff. I will dig in to do the job and pretty much tell it like it is. I cherish this event every year as it is an opportunity to share the state of the city. What specifically are we doing and what does our future hold? I will touch on highlights and successes, but I also see it's my responsibility to share with you the hard work to be done. This means I'm going to spend some of our time together talking about the opportunities and challenges I see, but more importantly, the ways we are addressing them and advocating for all of you as we continue to live, work, and raise a family in the greatest city in Idaho. With that, here's what you need to know about the state of the city. Meridian continues to deliver high-quality services our residents and businesses expect. With more than 600 employees, our team operates by the CARE values: customer service, accountability, respect, and excellence, delivering service in what we call the Meridian way. Whether it's a 911 response, a park reservation, water from the tap, or navigating other city services, our team does it with professionalism, speed, and heart. Why? Because they aren't just services to us. They're proof of our city striving to remain the premier city in Idaho. We continue to lead with our best practices. We save before we spend. We have no debt. And we use hookup and impact fees as a way to ensure that growth is helping to pay for growth. Now, that's at least true for our capital investments, like the water and sewer infrastructure, parks, police and fire facilities, and some rather large fire trucks that you see on the road. Meridian's business community is thriving with over 900 chamber members and low unemployment. More residents are living and working in Meridian than ever. We truly are built for business and designed for living. The educational outcomes from the West Eddy School District and others are exceptional. From overall student success in the classroom to dual degrees with our partners in higher education and a true commitment to career technical education, graduates are ready to succeed in their future endeavors. We live in an amazing community that is focused on building a better future of opportunity. Today, the state of the city is stable. We are firmly fixed on ensuring public policy safety and enhancing the quality of life, protecting taxpayer resources, and stimulating job growth. Over the last year, we have continued to make progress on one of the most important issues to our residents, transportation. You've heard me beat the drum about two items specifically, the Linda Road overpass and the safety of Eagle Road. Work on the overpass started in March, and work for a variable speed corridor on Eagle should begin this fall to reduce the speed limit during times of congestion. These projects are on key north-south corridors and will result in safer and more efficient travel for our businesses, residents, and emergency service providers. And if lower speeds lead to fewer or less critical accidents on Eagle, that also means less calls for service from our police and fire, which is less of a resource demand. With an additional road to cross the interstate at Linder, that means less congestion on 10 Mile and Meridian roads. Ultimately, the overpass gives us another route for our public safety personnel, school buses, Republic service trucks, and others as they go north and south in Meridian. A simple look on Google Maps shows that opening the overpass will cut in half the travel time it takes our fire department to respond to Peregrine Elementary. That is a big deal. The overpass plans to open in mid-2027, along with another major project, the extension of Highway 16. Both of these projects will reduce traffic on 10 Mile and change how people move throughout the valley. With exits at Franklin, Usick, and Chinden, we will see access open up to major employment areas, service providers, and community gathering spots like our schools. And while Ada County Highway District is busy working on active projects across the city, like the work being done on Usick near Black Hat and 10 Mile, South Meridian Road will also see capacity and safety improvements soon. Once again, our community will benefit from a STAR project on Meridian Road from Victory to Columbia that allows road expansions to be funded by new commercial development, getting roads built faster and cheaper for the community. This will be the fourth project and third state highway in Meridian that will be built under the law that was championed by now House Speaker Mike Moyle, and we are thankful for that tool. Now, for our legislators in the room, please let the speaker know I gave him some props this year. It could really go a long way towards our relationship. But we do need more tools just like that for us to have access to as local communities. Now, we know that road construction is frustrating to navigate, and we are all excited for the work to be done. The extra time today is well worth the outcomes as they become fully operational once the barriers are removed. But what about our needs in 5 or 10 years? How about 25 or even 50 years? As the center of the Treasure Valley, all roads to go through us. From Meridian to State Premier, we must be working to solve the large planning needs of the community. That means working every day in partnership with our transportation agencies to identify, plan, and complete the major road networks needed, not just in our community, but throughout the Treasure Valley. It's no doubt that projects like Highway 16 and the future lane to be added to I-84 between Meridian and Eagle Roads will help us meet the needs that we have now. But we must stay focused on turning large-scale transportation challenges into reality that can support everyone from Mountain Home to Ontario. Working with groups like Keep Idaho Moving, ITD, and others, we have to keep advancing solutions like a Southern Beltway for I-84 or a passenger rail system. Projects like this will reduce the congestion we experience on I-84, which also spills over onto our local roads. And if passenger rail is ever to be a reality, it starts with our community partners making a final decision on a route to pursue. Then we need an adequate funding source for rail service and other transit needs, just like we do for our roads. While these are state decisions that our good friends in the legislature get to deal with, unless we want to be bogged down by semi-trucks traveling from Salt Lake to Seattle, like I've been experienced twice in the last 2 weeks, we need to advance solutions now. I'll continue advocating alongside our business community for big picture results that serve Meridian, our state, and the entire Treasure Valley. Together, we all have a powerful voice if we use it. And how is our business community doing? I think pretty good. And if we judge by ribbon cuttings and chamber memberships, then the answer is off the hook. Let's take a look.
We chose Meridian to locate our business because it's central to the valley. It's easy to get here. Our customers love it. We love being a part of the community, and it's so vibrant. It's fun. It's ever changing. There's always something going on to do. It is great to see the new businesses come in, and I think they're experiencing the same things we do. Collaboration, growth, a sense of community, fun, diversity. Our staff loves the commute. Hands down, they love the commute. It's easy to get here. It's a really safe city. It's easy to walk to, and there's a lot of amenities here. There's new restaurants, there's new dining experiences, there's a lot of different events, and even places like the parks in the Greenbelt are just fantastic. My favorite amenities, just being able to walk downtown and just go to different places and the different activities that we have. And this is still a town that's small enough. Everyone says hello. Everybody waves at you, steps aside on the street, opens your door, all the great things that you want in a small town, but yet we're growing. I think the city should prioritize doing the things that they've been doing well, thinking about the future, thinking about how to bring different things into the community that people would like to see, people would like to be a part of, bringing in and attracting different businesses that help each of our businesses grow, making it safe, keeping up with the local services, the fire departments, the police departments, making sure that we are fully funded. It's just a great city to be in.
Thank you, Tressa. I think you did that in one take. You did an amazing job. More and more businesses continue to recognize what we've known for a long time, that the energy is in Meridian. With our business-friendly climate, ease of access, efficient processes, and a supportive community. Yes, growth has impacts, but it also has opportunities. Opportunities for residents to have access to great amenities and shopping, and also for employment closer to home as businesses thrive. According to the U.S. Census, we have seen measurable economic progress over the last 20 years, with an increase in the percentage of both population growth and of local jobs filled by residents. In fact, we rank first of the more than 25 compared cities that continue to see a positive trend. We have also seen jobs grow during this time to achieve this reality. Now, I shared before that we already have more jobs in Meridian than people to work all those jobs. Well, we continue to see more and more family wage jobs available that are allowing residents to choose to live and work in Meridian. This has long been part of the city's efforts to bring a higher quality of life to all of its residents. Drilling down, if we look at 2024, we saw over 1,800 new jobs created by hundreds of new businesses in Meridian. The average wage grew to over $58,000 a year, a nearly 5% increase. More and more companies want to be in Meridian. Within the last year or so, we have seen businesses of all sizes establish their presence in Meridian, such as Oakland Construction, Ardura, Tesla, and just as of this week, once again, a Fast Eddie's now calls Meridian home, just to name a few. And what happens when they get there? Well, let's take a look back on JST, who does clean manufacturing. JST came to Meridian in 2021, and Director Keeley's here, and he and I were there for that ribbon cutting when they decided to consolidate from multiple locations in the Treasure Valley to one in Meridian. At that time, they had 71 jobs and planned to grow to 121 jobs over 5 years. Today, JST continues to be a success story. Their revenue has grown by 43% and now employ over 200 employees in their Meridian location. And the success of businesses like JST has also created opportunities for other Meridian vendors and contractors. This is the positive economic impact we are seeing in our community. Our economy continues to grow in several sectors, but we also know that if we want to ensure long-term economic success as a region, city, and state, then we need to be focused on meeting our healthcare needs of our community. Without access to physicians, nurses, and other caregivers, our region will stop thriving quicker than a paddle down the North Fork of the Payette in the spring. People need access to healthcare. That's why I've been committed to making Meridian the medical epicenter of Idaho. I'm steadfast on that vision because the need is real and growing, but really, more importantly, the opportunity exists. Recently, Grand Canyon University opened up a nursing program in Meridian. This isn't just about their growth. This is about providing our community with educational opportunities, jobs, family wage jobs, and just a great service that we need more and more of in our local hospitals. Together, we know that we can build a Meridian that's not just a place to live, but one where people come from the best healthcare because we have the resources. Last fall, the city approved Idaho State University's initial expansion efforts for their new campus on Central Drive. Once this campus gets up and running, it will dramatically change access to those who want a healthcare-related career. This is part of that vision. Ultimately, these projects are in support of the true need. We need more students educated in healthcare in Idaho so we can learn and practice here, especially doctors. Idaho ranks 50 out of 50 nationally when it comes to the number of physicians compared to population, according to the Idaho Medical Association. To keep our economy and community thriving, we have to improve this. This spring, I wrote an op-ed asking the state of Idaho to focus on educating doctors. I shared a story of Dr. E. Victor Simison, my grandfather. Dr. Simison lived in Pocatello and had a distinguished medical career as a surgeon. I recently had an opportunity to visit with some of his former patients who told me that they would drive from Boise to Pocatello as he was one of the leaders in his field of practice here in the state. As part of his work, he also served in the state as president of the Idaho State Medical Association and several other roles. But in 1968, he was asked by then ISU President Bud Davis to be the first dean of the College of Medical Arts. This is now known as the Kasiska College of Health Professions at ISU. Part of what he worked on in that role was looking to Utah to help train future doctors in Idaho. If you follow the legislature this session, this concept might sound familiar just 50 years later. One part of the solution to our challenge is right here in Meridian, though, with ICOM. The owners of ICOM have presented the state with the opportunity to purchase the medical school, which the state is currently examining. Making this investment would put Idaho in a positive position to better ensure we have enough doctors to meet the healthcare needs of our residents. While he was clearly ahead of his time, I'm sure my grandfather never imagined that someday ISU would have, let alone be expanding their campus in Meridian, or that Idaho would have an opportunity to have its own medical school. Today, I carry his vision forward and know that we can and must do better, and Meridian can lead the way. Beyond healthcare, partnerships are thriving. The Meridian Library District expanded services. They opened up their newest branch at Pinnacle in South Meridian. It's a beautiful facility and serves as an important gathering spot for families. I want to say thank you to the board for your hard work to make this happen, as well as those before the current board. This new branch also helps provide access for services that will be needed when renovations take place at Cherry Lane Branch. I also want to congratulate Jeff Kohler and Garrett Castle on their election to serve as Meridian Library District trustees. The Library District has been a vital service provider in Meridian to help families meet their needs for their families. And we look forward to your service and your continued success. Most importantly, thank you to the residents of Meridian for supporting our local library system. It seems like every year we are asking to support essential functions like these. You have responded with a resounding yes to invest in our community and its leadership, who are forward-looking and committed to delivering services. We have great partnerships with the agencies that serve Meridian. And while many have their facilities here, one key service provider has facilities that snake throughout the valley so they can deliver a critical need to many of our homes, water. Recently, I had the chance to tour where the irrigation water that serves much of Meridian gets pulled out of the Boise River by the Nampa Meridian Irrigation District. It is an impressive system and provides irrigation water for the lawns at most of our Meridian subdivisions. I was excited to learn about their 100-year history and their upcoming project to create a more efficient headworks. This project will reduce the need for manual operations, yet they actually get down there and put wood in the water, it's hard to believe this day, but that's what they do, to serve our community for another 100 years. We will continue to work with them to ensure water, which is the lifeblood of the valley and Meridian, is efficiently delivered to users. And while the city doesn't manage this water, we do manage the system for our drinking water, which comes from deep, abundant aquifers. The groundwater supply for Meridian is stable and plentiful. Protecting this resource from contaminants continues to be a priority for Meridian. Our team is engaged with other local drinking water providers and the Department of Water Resources as we work to expand enhanced drilling standards to keep your water supply clean and protected. You've also heard me talk about another one of our partners, the Western Native Recreation District. The city and ward have been working to find the most effective way to provide services to the community. This effort led to ward transferring ownership of the Meridian swimming pool and other property to the city, as well as the city resuming operations of an updated Lakeview golf course. This was a lot of work over the last few years, and during this transition, ward dramatically reduced the amount of property tax they collected for these assets. I think they collected 57 cents from Jenny and I this last tax year. Ward Chairman Sean Wardle, who's with us today, worked with representatives from District 21 during this last legislative session to create a simple mechanism for patrons to decide whether or not to close down a taxing district. Ward has a meeting scheduled next month to discuss this, and I hope to see the question on the ballot for the voters in November on whether or not Ward should remain. This is a great example of collaboration, and I applaud the work of all involved, especially our Parks and Recreation team, who have taken on these extra duties, finding the most cost-effective way to provide these services to the community and a way to fully remove the separate property tax burden. And while we strive for a property taxing district to close, we still hope a special purpose district opens. I wanted to give you an update on the Chamber's efforts to establish an auditorium district in Meridian. Auditorium districts are funded by fees paid by people who stay at hotels in the district, not from property taxes on people who live in the district. Why does it matter? Because it can provide needed space here in Meridian. Now, I'm sure there's more than a few of us that had to drive into Boise to go to a graduation ceremony this past month. This auditorium district is envisioned to create space where kids can graduate in Meridian because that is what we expect. It feels a real growing need to have a place where milestones are celebrated, competitions occur, and performances happen right here at home. And beyond that, it boosts our local economy, supports hospitality and tourism, and positions Meridian as a true destination city. Work continues to get this on the ballot for May 2026. If you live in the area here and haven't signed the petition, I encourage you to do so. We are making stable progress on our priorities and those of our partners, yet we find ourselves at the crossroads of our future along with many other Idaho communities. Meridian has plans about where we are going and how we are going to get there. But with the Idaho legislature changing laws every year, it becomes less clear how we are able to continue to meet community expectations in our services as we grow or if the unexpected happens. 2 months ago, I stood right here in this room before our city employees. I shared with them the realities many Idaho cities are facing. Expenses are up, things like software, health and property insurance, retirement costs, and so much more. I'm sure some of you have heard of the reinsurance market, and if you haven't, it's a real thing, and it's impacting all of Idaho's cities. At the same time, revenues are flat from sales and liquor taxes. Law enforcement fines can go uncollected, building permit revenue is declining, and legislative changes such as House Bill 389 have reduced the amount of revenue a city receives from new growth to pay for services. This is revenue that is paying for ongoing expenses like police officers and firefighters, and it's impacted the city of Meridian to the tune of about $1.8 million annually. Now, we have been taking steps to address these issues where possible with my direction of reducing or holding our spending flat on discretionary expenses over the last several years. Yet expenses continue to grow and the revenues aren't able to keep up. 2 weeks ago, City Council received my budget request for fiscal year 2026. It is a budget that reflects the reality of the challenges we are facing. It is lean. Despite the fact that Meridian grew by more than 4,500 people last year, it does not include any new police officers, firefighters, parks personnel, or administrative support staff, as we are focused on staying in our means while taking care of our current employees. Now, this budget does include funding for the construction of a new community center, which has been a priority of mine since my first term. We finally found a place that made sense when the city purchased land adjacent to Settlers Park from the West Ada School District. Here, we also plan to co-locate our fire safety center as part of that project. The budget also includes the design of the next phase for our public safety training center, which is important to our police and fire departments. All of these are projects that are things. They're funded with one-time money from impact fees paid by new homes and commercial buildings. In the budget, there are also several water and sewer projects that are funded by the fees people pay to hook up their new homes and businesses. There are 3 new positions in the enterprise fund where rates have planned for the utility needs. This allows Public Works to keep up with growth because of more accounts, more water and sewer lines, and the need for 24 operations at our wastewater treatment plant. We are also striving to take care of our current employees, and the budget does include a request to take the 3% increase to our property taxes as allowed by law. This is the cost of doing business and necessary to pay for increased costs for personnel and operation. Our costs, like your costs, continue to rise. Last year, I told you that the rising cost of doing business is what keeps me up at night, and that hasn't changed. What has changed is the pressure. I'm still fighting to make sure growth pays for growth, because if we don't keep up, we fall behind. We must have the revenue to match our need to have fair, competitive wage for our employees who keep this city running and to fund the additional staff and services for our growing population. This isn't just about dollars and cents. It's about keeping Meridian strong, responsive, and prepared for the future. With our long-term needs, especially in public safety, we need to be focused on how to fully fund the unique needs of our police department, fire department, and prosecution services. This is our greatest challenge. Public safety is expensive. A new ladder truck costs about $1.8 million today, and that's a cheap one. Kevlar vests, police cars, fire turnouts have a limited lifespan. Radios and computers need to be updated and replaced. New technology is becoming a larger part of the work that they do every day. From body cam footage to license plate readers to drones, technology helps us produce results, but that benefit comes at a cost. Yes, it is all about people. The integrity and character of our police and firefighters is top-notch. That is what Meridian has always been about. We work to hire the best, and we are selective in that we ensure we are building and keeping the Meridian love. Let's hear what our chief has to say.
The things that you want in your community and for your kids are the exact same things those police officers want for their kids and for their community. They want their kids to be safe. They want their families to be able to go out at night and feel safe and to do all those things that families do, go to a park and not worry about dealing with gangs and dealing with graffiti and drug paraphernalia laying around. They want their kids to go to good schools. They want their kids to go to good churches. Everything that you're wanting for your kids is exactly what they want. As we get officers that come from other places and they're like, man, people are really nice to us here. We're like, it's very intentional. That's why when we tell you how important our relationship is with our community, we mean it. We absolutely mean that. And we want to hold on to that. It's kind of a special little place that we have here in this valley and in Idaho with our community and our law enforcement. And we've got to hold on to that. And we've got to be very intentional about holding on to that.
We truly have one of the best chiefs in Idaho, if not the nation. Now, there are some pretty big differences between our police officers and our firefighters, And I'm not talking about the jokes they like to make towards one another. It starts right when we post a job opening. The amount of people who apply and are qualified for open positions is dramatically different between the two. And yet they both continue to find the best of the best. Many who apply to the Meridian Police Department aren't able to be considered for a variety of reasons. It's almost like a game of Survivor as individuals go through the process for this demanding job, and only a few are actually able to move forward for consideration. While over in fire, we had over 750 applicants for 18 open slots 2 academies ago. That's a national trend we're seeing between police and fire departments. After the initial investment of finding candidates, the amount of training that they do in order to perform their duties is immense. It starts with academies, continues to field training, and then over time it can progress to very specialized skills learned locally or nationally. Taken all together, this is a huge investment made by the community for every person who puts on a police uniform or a set of fire turnouts. And then what happens in the police department? Another agency will offer more money because of the training we help them achieve. Or maybe candidates didn't look at Meridian in the first place due to our pay structure or benefits offered by a competitor. When it comes to police, here's what I can tell you. Our wages are competitive, and we have made steps to reduce some discrepancies that existed compared to other agencies. But our benefits and take-home salaries fall behind Boise because of some special circumstances they have. And people know that, both in the department and outside of the department. I take time to meet with every new employee who comes to work for the city of Meridian. 2 weeks ago, I had the opportunity to sit down with a lady who took a job in our police department as a records clerk. Through our conversation, she told me about her 2 sons, and they both moved here with her when she came. One of them was a police officer, not working for the Meridian Police Department, didn't even apply to the Meridian Police Department, chose to apply to the Boise Police Department because he already knew the pay discrepancy and take-home that existed between the 2 organizations. She has another son, and he's considering law enforcement as well. In fact, he did or is doing a ride-along with the Meridian Police Department. But how long until he talks to his big brother and finds out what is paid over there compared to what they can make in Meridian? That is the challenges that we have. If we are going to attract the best talent from the start, retain the people who have made huge investments in the Meridian Police Department, we need to increase the wages to our sworn officers. Separately, in 2023, Meridian accepted a SAFER grant from the Department of Homeland Security that funded 18 additional firefighters for 3 years. This grant was to put 4 firefighters on each fire engine in Meridian. It is an enhanced service to put more people on emergency scenes at once and improve the safety of our firefighters and our community. This grant pays for individuals until 2027. That is incumbent on the city to fund the roughly $3.2 million ongoing cost for those positions. We have also relied and paid the city of Boise to provide our prosecution services for the last couple of decades. As our cases have grown and the challenges of policing have changed, now is the time to bring this service in-house to ensure we have the best our future and that those doing the work are accountable to the residents of Meridian. Having people 100% dedicated to Meridian, working with our officers and ensuring the crimes that our officers are enforcing are going to be prosecuted is an important step as our community grows if we want to maintain our safety. Last year during the budget, I requested City Council take foregone to put us on a path of paying for additional firefighting capacity. They approved that request as part of the budget, which was about $500,000 towards the needed $3.2 million. At that rate, and with the current limited funding increases we are receiving, fully funding the firefighter, police, and prosecution needs isn't practical without taking a major step forward. So while I have not included a request for foregone in this year's budget, I am asking the City Council to place a levy increase on the ballot this November, asking you, the residents of Meridian, to fully fund these public safety needs in fiscal year 2027. The people of Meridian have long supported the needs of our police and fire departments. Now, because adding the firefighters and prosecution is increasing our services, and increasing the pay of our police officers would put us above the salary level of our competitors, these are questions for you, the residents of Meridian, to consider. Do you want to help ensure we can recruit and retain the best police officers to serve and protect? Do you want to have a prosecution team that is committed to prosecuting the crimes our police department is enforcing? Do you want to have more firefighters on each shift to respond to fires and healthcare emergencies? This is a big challenge, and I believe these are necessary steps to meet the public safety service expectations of our community without sacrificing our quality of life that we also enjoy. I also believe that this is the right way to seek funding for these asks. They are questions for our community, and you will have the opportunity to weigh in as the public discussions roll out. And how do I know these are the right needs for Meridian? Because our community expects the best, especially in public safety. Just look back at our surveys. Over 90% of the community ranked public safety as a high priority. We know that, and we see the success of our teams. For instance, after making investments in new stations, personnel, and technology like Opticon, we have seen a steady reduction in our response times. In fact, since we were able to get the Opticon system upgraded at the start of the year, we have seen a reduction in travel time of 23 seconds over the last few months. If you don't think 23 seconds makes much of a difference, think about you or your family facing any possible emergency and start counting. Now that was only 5 seconds. We're not going to keep going. But 5 seconds, the 23 is a big improvement, and we know we can accomplish more. And our firefighters are reporting, and just so you know, the Opcom system is what turns the lights so the emergency services can go through. But they're reporting that the system is working well as traffic is moving in front of them as our signals open ahead of our emergency response vehicles. This is a great start, and we will continue to work on our response times. We continue to see high calls for service in the police department, yet the crime rate in Meridian continues to go down. In fact, we were once again recognized as one of the safest cities in Idaho based on FBI crime data, according to SafeWise. Meridian truly shines on safety. Despite being nearly 3 times larger than the next city on the list, our per capita crime is remarkably low. This is a testament to our track record of responding to the calls we get, taking care of the little things before they become big things, and what we want to keep happening in Meridian. In 2024, total offenses in Group A per capita crime rate decreased, and that downward trend has continued into the first quarter of 2025. Simply put, Meridian is growing, and our police are still doing a great job keeping our communities safe. This doesn't happen by chance. This is a combination of investment in crime prevention, focus teams that put the right resources in the right places, utilizing technology, strong agency and community partnerships, and exceptional leadership. 3 years ago, I stood before you and announced the investment of adding a dedicated team of school resource officers into our elementary schools. Well, next month, the Meridian SRO team will be awarded the Model Agency Award by the National Association of School Resource Officers. This award recognizes agencies for their creative and innovative approach to school-based policing. Whether it's the work they're doing in our elementary schools, leading the Treasure Valley Youth Safety Summit, or the recently created Student Standout program, our SROs are committed to the health and well-being and success of our students. The Student Standout program is a way for our SROs to celebrate students each month. The program recognizes students who distinguish themselves through acts of kindness, maintain a positive attitude, serve as role models, and contribute to the school environment and the community. And the SROs Couldn't do this without the support and collaboration of the West Ada School District team, a team which is also achieving results. West Ada is getting it done in academics. They are the leader in kindergarten through third grade literacy, as well as the highest ranked district in math, English language arts, and science based on the IDO Standards Achievement Test. Now, I don't know what else is out there, but I think that pretty much is the list. They are also focused on having a robust CTE program and are actively pursuing expanded access to some of the most in-demand programs, such as construction and welding. You have may seen the news from West Ada that they have found a building on Locust Grove for purchase through funding from the state, thanks to House Bill 521. They also have a plan for renovation and anticipate the facility opening no later than the fall of 2026. More details will follow, I'm sure, but I know this makes my son Ryan happy as he prepares for a CTE experience in high school. Speaking of kids, I'm so thankful for the opportunity to support some deserving seniors with the Meridian Youth Scholarship Awards. I appreciate the continued partnership with the Chamber and this event to provide that funding. Here are this year's City Scholarship Award winners.
Hi Meridian, my name is Macy Grimmett and I'm a senior at Rocky Mountain High School, graduating with a 4.2 GPA. I plan to attend Brigham Young University this fall to study biology. I'm super excited to be in Provo. That's where my parents went to school, so it's kind of a family legacy. And I hope to use my degree to one day become an orthodontist, which is a big passion of mine, helping people really embrace themselves and love their smiles. I'm really grateful to the City of Meridian for giving me this opportunity and for the support in my continuing education.
Hey Meridian, my name is Aiden Vandewater, and I just recently graduated from Mountain View High School. I plan on going to Montana State University and hope to pursue a field in accounting. The reason I chose accounting was because my mom, she's been a major influence in my life, and that's what she chose, and I feel that I could do great things in that role. So I want to thank the City of Meridian for giving me this scholarship, and thank you.
Hello Meridian, my name is Naomi Orr. I am going to be graduating from Owyhee High School, and I'm excited to attend Brigham Young University in Provo, Utah in the fall. And I will be studying nursing in hopes of becoming a pediatric nurse. And I've always wanted to be a nurse ever since my freshman year when I discovered a love for the medical field. And I've always grown up with passion for helping others. So I'm really excited to go into this next chapter of my life. And thank you so much for the City of Meridian for giving me this scholarship to help me along my educational journey.
Hello Meridian, my name is Logan Crawford and I recently graduated from Mountain View High School with a 4.2 GPA. I'm excited to attend Brigham Young University after I serve a 2-year mission in Lisbon, Portugal for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I plan on studying electrical engineering in the hopes of becoming an engineer, which is something I've been passionate about since I was a kid because I enjoy math and science. This scholarship provided by the City of Meridian will go a long way in helping me achieve my goal of becoming an engineer. Thank you, Meridian, for supporting me in my educational journey.
Congratulations to the year's winners, and thank you once again to the sponsors of this event who helped make these scholarships happen. We also want to recognize another group of standout students, the Owyhee Storm, who earned the top honors as the first ever winner of the Meridian Water Tower Championship. We announced this new citywide competition last year that celebrates excellence across athletics, academics, and the arts among Meridian's 4 6A high schools. In May, we presented the Storm with the banner and the students enjoying a victory celebration with some gelato ice cream. Banners are going up in the next few days on Main Street for the community joy during Dairy Days and throughout the summer. And later this fall, we will present them with the trophy at one of the early athletic competitions for the season. Congratulations again to the Storm, and thank you for CapEd Credit Union for powering this competition. With funding from the state for school facilities, West Ada School District is also committed to addressing some capacity issues impacting our elementary schools in both North and South Meridian. I encourage West Ada to prioritize the funding to meet the growing demands in these areas and serve the next generations of residents. This brings me to this year's Legacy Award. I thought long and hard about this year's award as I wanted to remain steadfast in having a recipient that I felt was making a difference today for future generations. Someone who kept coming to the top of my mind over and over, set the example of selflessness and a vision that will live on in our community. This year's award is bittersweet to say the least, and yet remains one of the highlights of my time as mayor. We have all seen people give their time and talents to others. We've all seen so many deserving individuals see a vision and set about achieving those goals. And yet, in all my time, I've never crossed someone so determined to achieve their vision for others to enjoy, even when they knew they may never see it completed. This year's Legacy Award is dedicated to Eva Plimmer. For those that may not know her, Eva was diagnosed with an inoperable tumor in her brain stem at 10 years old in 2024, and passed away earlier this year after council approved funding for the project. She had a strong belief in faith. She had a joy for gatherings and celebrations where people would come together. That is why her wish of the Ninja Warrior Playground at Discovery Park is a true Meridian legacy for years to come. Please join me in welcoming Sean and Jody to the stage to accept the award on Eva's behalf. Thank you. Thank you. Any words?
Thank you. When Eva was given the opportunity to make a wish, the first thing she wanted for her wish was to be for something far more than for herself. She wanted something for everyone and something that was lasting. And unfortunately, Make-A-Wish wasn't able to do that for her, but thankfully we live in a community that wanted this so badly with her. And so what began as a small spark in Eva's heart, a desire to create something meaningful for everyone, has grown into this inspiring and thoughtfully designed ninja course. Her dream was to build a space that encourages people to push past limits, face challenges head on, and overcome obstacles to grow stronger both mentally and physically. Each of us is uniquely gifted with passions and talents waiting to be used. And when we have the courage to share our dreams and work together, amazing things can happen. Change starts with a single voice, and Eva has modeled this so well. I believe if Eva was here to receive this award for herself, she would first say thank you to everyone who collectively came together to build what she had the vision to see in this community. And I also believe she would encourage each of us to be bold, to work hard, and to share the dreams in your heart. One's legacy is not attainable without the support of those around them. It is through the power of our community that we share in celebrating Eva's legacy. So thank you for honoring our sweet Eva and recognizing the amazing heart and passions she carried. We are incredibly humbled by the support and dedication to see Evangeline Brighton's legacy honored in and through our community. Thank you.
They want to do a picture, if that's okay. Thank you, appreciate it. Thank you, Sean and Joni, again for raising such an exceptional young lady who's made a difference in the lives of so many. As we wrap up, it has been said that true stability results when order and disorder are in balance. When the unexpected happens, and it will, the unexpected is addressed, so balance is restored. This is the everyday work and success of Team Meridian and the challenge of the job I love. As we look to the future, we will see the need for more transportation projects, rising costs, and shrinking revenue. We will also see growing healthcare needs, public safety challenges, legislative changes, and more. When that happens, I will say challenge accepted. Team Meridian shows up at all hours of the day, We get the job done, and then we move on to the next challenge. We solve problems when unexpected moments happen, all while ensuring the future of our community for those who call Meridian home. We aren't flashy. We are working behind the scenes to encourage the big things and helping to shape the intent and framework. Local government is supposed to be that way. In Meridian, we continue to stay focused on core issues so you don't have to. Sometimes we will have to work with our partners. Sometimes we will look internally to find ways to get it done better, faster. And sometimes that means taking a plan to the public and asking, how important is this to you? If we want premier services in the city, valley, and state, we must make investments. Investments in our kids, investments in our businesses, investments in our infrastructure, but most importantly, investments in our people. Now is the time for Meridian to invest. I ask the public to join us as we look to the future. Take on this next challenge and see it as an opportunity to help ensure Meridian continues to be the premier place to live, work, and raise a family. Thank you, Meridian, and God bless.
Thank you, Mayor Simison, and congratulations to the Plimmer family for making Eva's dream come true. We'd like to thank our supporting sponsors once again, our Tier 2 sponsors and our Tier 1 sponsors for helping make this event a success. Thank you very much. A huge thank you to our technology sponsor, Republic Services, for helping power the 2025 Meridian State of the City address. We'd also like to once again offer our sincere appreciation for the production partners of IBL Events and Valiant Productions for their outstanding work in bringing the event to life and making this available for everyone online. Your support and expertise were instrumental in making this event a success. Thank you. And a heartfelt thank you to our presenting sponsor, ICCU, for your generous support of the 2025 State of the City address. Your continued investment in our community helps make events like this possible and meaningful. We're grateful for your partnership and commitment to Meridian's future. Thank you. And now please welcome Chris Mackey with Meta, this year's reception sponsor, for closing remarks.
Awesome. I kind of liked my walk-up song. So, Mayor Simison, thank you so much for your address. You know, the future of Meridian surely is bright with the hard work and leadership that you and the City Council have put in. So thank you for that. And Sean, thank you for the introduction, and also thank you to you and your staff for putting on this wonderful event. This was awesome, as my first time here, so thank you. As Sean said, my name is Chris Mickey. I am the Community Development Manager for Meta. We work with our amazing team locally to support the communities of Ada County near the future home of our CUNA data center site. At Meta, our mission is to build the future of human connection and the technologies that make it possible. Every single day, 3.3 billion people, that's with a B, 3.3 billion people around the world use one of our platforms, including Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Threads, Meta Quest, and Meta Ray-Ban sunglasses. They use these technologies to support small businesses, stay connected to their favorite nonprofits, participate in civic engagement, and probably stream the State of the City address, and make a difference in their local communities. None of this would be possible without Meta's data centers, like the one currently under construction in nearby CUNA. Our data centers are the physical infrastructure that powers our platforms. Meta's data centers also drive a positive impact in the communities in which they're located. Our CUNA data center represents an $800 million investment in the state of Idaho, and once operational, it will support over 100 jobs and approximately 1,000 construction jobs during peak construction, which is happening right now. And we work with local small businesses and contractors throughout the entire process of construction. Annually, we also support programs right here in the Treasure Valley that put the power of technology for use for community benefit. It also gives people the power to build strong and sustainable communities and improve local STEAM education. We're proud to call CUNA, Ada County, the Treasure Valley, and Idaho home, and we're thankful for you to be here today. And now we invite you to join us for a reception. And once again, thank you for coming and being part of this event.
In this night of starry sky, my baby told me with a sigh, saying words that came across as a doubt. I reassured that every day my love is strong and gently placed in your heart. Is shown I can't live without. Every mountain, every sea can never stray a bird in me, no matter the state of space and time. Keep us close and keep us dear, not just today, but every year. You were made to be a focus